first and foremost, a very good win for Man United. I felt that the performance overall in today's game was better than the last game against Everton. I felt that the game against Everton, we had a lot of issues in that game, but today, I think a lot of positives, a lot of good things that I saw, and I said, it's nice. The first half, at least maybe the first 20 minutes of the game, we didn't start well. That was quite clear in terms of, I think it was just a laid back approach that we had in the first 20 minutes. So we allowed Crystal Palace to try and impose themselves in early on in the game, and I think around the 6th minute or so, they had already scored a goal, which I feel that we have to, guide against it next time. This is Old Trafford. Things are coming to play us at Old Trafford. We should be the one to try and impose, starting from the onset, right? But I think the mistake was made, lessons were learned, and I think after the first 20 minutes of that game, we began to grow into the game. We began to dominate. We began to have more of the ball. We began to, put a lot of structure to our play, and I felt that the momentum was with us. Even after the first half, I said it, that the momentum was with us. What we just needed to do was the fact that we just needed to, bring more variety to our attack. I think that's what we just needed, to bring more variety to the attack, which I think we did in the second half. And that was nice. I felt the first half, there were a lot of long balls, to try and catch Crystal Palace behind their defensive line, which didn't really play out. I think it was very easy to read with the like of Lacroix, the defender. Was really easy for him to read that situation. And most times he was not in the ball. Most times they squeezed our attack in such a way where the ball would just go to the other side and was wasted. But I feel that the second half, we built on that momentum, and that was my prayer, that when we come back in the second half, we should not just let it be like that. We should continue to impose ourselves, because opportunities were there for us in the first half. You can see Casemiro had some certain headers and I think when you just look at the game, you just find out the fact that, and this has been true for Crystal Palace a lot of time this season, is that I've always seen that they have been vulnerable in terms of aerial balls. I've always noticed that about them. The games I've watched them, I've always felt they have this tendency to be vulnerable. I think even the first leg against us, that was in their house, there was a sign that they are vulnerable on the aerial balls, and I felt today they were very vulnerable. But we were lucky in terms of we had the ball nodded, the keeper caught some went wayward, but obviously Benjamin Sesko did that amazingly well.